what you see every single day.
Hello and welcome to the Travel Show with me, Henry Golding, coming to you this week from Kenya. We're traveling here to get some face time with some of the world's most impressive animals. Later on in the show, I'm off to one of the lesser known parts to find out how it arguably became the birthplace of organized conservation in Africa. Let's start this week though, about 5,000 feet off the ground in that direction. Peter, I think this is the best view of Africa I've had so far. Where are we heading now?
Right now we're headed to Amboseli National Park.
And what's Amboseli famous for?
Amboseli is famous for its dense population of elephants.
In African terms, Amboseli National Park is quite small, at just over 150 square miles. But be under no illusion, this swampy outpost not far from the border of Tanzania is like a Garden of Eden.
All right, thanks, Peter. Cheers, mate. Thank you.
All right. Now, there's many different types of conservation efforts happening all around Africa, but not many people know that a lot of them are intertwined with tourism. So if tourism's hurting, does that mean the animals do too?
And be in no doubt, tourism here has been suffering. Militant attacks along the Kenyan coast prompted a raft of countries, including the US and the UK, to warn its citizens off traveling to some areas. Most of those advisories have now been lifted, but the damage has already been done. In the first 5 months of this year, tourism was 25% down on 2014.
When you come to wildlife conservation, Kenya Wildlife Service solely depends on revenue from tourism. And if the tourism goes down, it means some of the projects and activities that were supposed to be implemented might not be implemented at that time.
Katito, where are we heading now?
We're heading to east side to find the family elephants. This is the best time for them to come out of the swamp, at around 4 to 4:30.
Katito works for the Amboseli Trust for Elephants. The team here claims their work over the last 40 years has profoundly changed the way we think about elephants, both in terms of their behavior and how to protect them from poachers.
Amazing experience. Sun's just coming down. Kilimanjaro is just over there on the right. We're surrounded by an amazing herd of elephants, including some little ones.
This is what you see every single day.
I'm telling you, this is what I've been seeing. That's why I've been studying this elephant for the last 20 years. You can imagine that?
How did you get used to this? This is absolutely amazing.
It is. You're going to do the census, yeah?
Okay.
This is at the CB's family.
Right.
You have to make sure everybody is here.
There are 52 elephant families in this park, and Katito knows most of them by sight. Part of her job is to do a regular census to keep track of their numbers.
15 family members.
Yeah, 15 family members, yeah. Cerise, she's the matriarch of the whole family, and the number, she was born in 1972.
This place must be heaven for animals.
It is. And that's why you see the population of Amboseli, it is keep increasing. Because when I started studying 750 elephants, and the population is increasing. As we speak now, we have 1,500 elephants. I cannot complain about poaching here in Amboseli. It's not bad completely compared to other places in Kenya. No, this is the best place. And the reason why, because of our study we are doing. Our economy is so bad because of the no tourism for the last 2 years. Crossing fingers, we hope everything is going to work well. Yeah, we hope for the best. Yeah.
I hope so too.
Yeah.
Come on, get back to work.
Okay, what do you want to do? You want to fill the sign-in sheet?
For a reason.
Oh yeah, so you want to continue finish census?
Yeah.
And it's a similar story for anti-poaching outfit the Big Life Foundation. Its rangers have arrested more than 1,000 poachers since 2010, but the cash flow comes from tourists.
When tourism drops due to unforeseen sort of circumstances, how directly does it affect you?
It affects us immediately. A couple of lodges, not all of them, but a lot of lodges pay a certain percentage of their bed night fee straight into Big Life. So obviously as soon as tourism drops, then the donations towards Big Life drops, which means we have to find other ways to try and keep our operations running. It's a pretty costly business, so every little cent counts. Although it looks like recently in the last couple of months it's begun to climb, and we're looking forward to next year, hopefully it'll recover back to what it was pre-2010.
Craig's optimism might not necessarily be misplaced. Some here say the visitor numbers are already beginning to recover, which could be thanks in part to some of those damaging travel advisories being relaxed.
Jumbo. Got about 4 trucks lined up on this road. Very busy indeed. A few wildebeest out there, but all the tourists here fanatical about their photography, any wildlife at all. They've got thousands of dollars worth of lenses. I guess that's one of the draws to Amboseli.
The figure doesn't just rest with tourists. Locals have been asked to play a part too, and the message is getting through.
Jumbo, my name is Henry.
But even small drops now could have ramifications way into the future. Take this primary school right on the edge of the park. The next generation of rangers and guides will come from places like this. I've been asked to judge their wildlife warrior poster competition.
The lions have become the most endangered species in the new era.
You win! Congratulations.
The winners are given a game drive and a chance to visit a nearby luxury safari camp. It's funded, of course, with money from tourism concerns.
The idea behind the scholarship program is these people are going to finish complete secondary school education and they are going to be our ambassadors in conservation. Once we are gone, we want this cycle to continue. We don't want it to end with us. So these are going to take our places and they are going to continue educating the next generations. And come 20 years, we are going to be talking of how much we've conserved.
Sasa? Yes! Yes!
If there is some good news here, it's that everyone seems to get it. Initiation rites that used to see big game slaughtered are now not nearly as widespread as they were. And some NGOs are now compensating locals for damage animals caused to crops or livestock. And according to the Kenya Wildlife Service, the animal populations here are stable for the time being. Let's hope they stay that way.
Peter,
How you doing?
thanks for waiting.
No problem. How was it?
Fantastic. I mean, the elephants, amazing.
Oh, lovely.
Where are we going next?
Meru National Park. It's a beautiful piece of untouched wilderness. You're going to love it.
Okay. Better jump aboard, huh?
Yes, here we go.
Born free as the wind blows.
Meru was also the home of 2 people who became the inspiration behind much of the conservation work that goes on in East Africa today. The subjects of a book and then a Hollywood movie, they captured imaginations around the world.
Coming up later, I find out what legacy they left 50 years after filming Born Free right here in Kenya. So see you then. All right, let's go, Peter. BBC Travel Show, your essential guide wherever you're headed. Woo!
Hello and welcome to Trending Travel, where we explore what's hot online in the world of travel. I'll be bringing you through those essential apps, videos and blogs to take with you when you leave home. Let's start with our rundown of the top stories that have caught our attention online or on social media this month. A new pop-up alternative theme park in the UK, masterminded by street artist Banksy, sent social media buzzing after it was opened following secret preparations. The park, called Dismaland, features installations by artists providing social commentary and was described by Banksy as a sinister twist on Disneyland. To India, where an online campaign has called for travellers to boycott Kerala in protest to what they say is the authorities' culling of stray dogs. However, authorities dispute any widespread culling, saying they are an animal-friendly, pet-loving nation. We all know what happens when the internet and cats get together. Well, a twist on Google's Street View has put Japan's cat culture on the map. The new project, called Cat Street View, shows Onomichi near Hiroshima from a cat's eye view. In Turkey, the restoration of a castle raised eyebrows among social media users who compared its new look to the cartoon character SpongeBob SquarePants. The American cities that love and hate tourists the most have been named according to research by StratusJets. They looked at tens of thousands of tweets from locations around the US to see who are more positive or negative about tourists in the different cities. The top tourist-loving city was found to be Chicago. And while you might rightly expect people from destinations like New York and Las Vegas to vent more frustrations with tourists, the most negative city was Arlington in Texas. And finally, is this the world's longest selfie stick? Giga Selfie in Australia lets users create a long-range destination selfie, taking in a lot more scenery than a usual selfie allows. Using a smartphone app, users click the shutter on the camera from as much as 1,000 feet away, that's over 300 meters, to get a selfie that takes some beating, even by some of the great photos you've been sending us. We love staying connected with you all online, and don't forget, we're on Facebook, Twitter and email. And you've been sending us some great stuff this month. Pictures have been coming in from all over the world, as lots of you in the Northern Hemisphere took your summer holidays. You can get involved too on Tuesdays using the Twitter hashtag TravelTuesday. We especially like these from Ben Almiras out in the morning in the Wadi Rum, Jordan. And don't forget, you can send videos too, like this from Charlie Neese, who sent a video of her time interrailing in Europe this summer. Now let's look at the viral videos that have been clocking up the views this month. This video by Vadim Tereshchenko has had over 300,000 views and really shows Los Angeles in all its beauty. So what did it take to make it? He said a lot of time and passion scouting locations and waiting for those perfect conditions. Another video which took serious passion was this one by Oliver Astrologo called Roma, which was watched nearly 700,000 times in over a week. Oliver said he dedicated months to filming everyday moments to show a day in Rome through a Roman's eyes. And don't forget to check out our website for all the ways that you can get in touch, or if you've seen anything online that you think we should be looking at. See you next time.
Oh, right. Here I am, Meru National Park. Now, this place is amazing for many reasons, but right up there has to be its most famous four-legged daughter, and that's Elsa the lion.
Born free as free as the wind blows, as free as the grass grows, born free to follow your heart.
She was the inspiration behind the film Born Free, which hit the big screens almost 50 years ago. The film about the lives of George and Joy Adamson was based on Joy's book, which followed their attempts to rescue the orphan lion cub and train her to live safely in the wild.
You look at a star.
Some people say that was the start of much of the conservation work done here on the continent, and the legacy still lives on. Peter, Meru, thank you very much. Excited to be here.
As a roaring tide, so there's no need to...
This is a very lightly visited park, but its wildlife is still spectacular. Elephant, giraffe, buffalo, rhino, it's all here. And this is one of the places Elsa the lioness lived for 5 years, alongside George and Joy.
There she is. This is Elsa's last resting spot, very close to the river where George Adamson found her, and the last moments were spent with her before she died. And of course, Joy's ashes were scattered around here as well. It's quite a fitting place. Lovely little oasis under this beautiful tree.
The film of Elsa's life was shot and was a sensation around the globe. It made stars of George and Joy, and the aftermath changed conservation in Africa forever. One of the more obvious impacts was the beginning of some of Africa's first animal charities. The Elsa Conservation Trust still runs a wildlife retreat and conservation centre in Hell's Gate National Park here in Kenya. And the Born Free Foundation, launched by the film's 2 human stars, Bill Travers and Virginia McKenna, operates around the world.
These are some of the snares that we've collected in the last 4 months.
Here in Meru, it counts lions, hunts poachers, and clears the park of dangerous snares.
So what effect did the movie Born Free have on conservation efforts here in Kenya?
I think Born Free film, is by far one of the most captivating films to have ever been done. That specific end of the film touches me and many other young people. You know, we continuously have to meditate about who will continue doing what Virginia has done all her life, and you know what George did, and it's a continued inspiration for us, not only at Born Free but across the conservation world.
After filming had finished, George made his way with the lions from the film to this spot here and made camp right at the bottom of the hill. To mark this place, there's not much really here apart from a single safari lodge. Jumbo, how are you? You ready to go? Alrighty.
This park is virtually unchanged since George and Joy were here.
Really lucky because I've come across a lioness and her cub. They've just feasted, so this is the moment where they get really lazy. They've nestled just below a lovely tree for some shade. This kind of reminds me of what Elsa would have been doing here in Meru National Park. How's the trip going?
Very good.
Yeah? Mind if I jump in and join you guys?
Come in.
Excellent. So do you think this whole experience will spur you on to re-watching Born Free?
Oh,
Definitely, and we can't wait to show, my son that movie because we never shared it with him before, so that would be nice.
Why do you think films like Born Free would inspire people to come out into a kind of very harsh environment to kind of look for these beautiful animals?
I think it shows you it can be safe if you follow the the guidelines of the people here. I mean, you put your trust in the drivers, and I feel very safe doing this, and the film definitely shows you that side of it.
George had this lovely call, never had to shout, just gently call them, boy, boy, hey boy, boy, come boy, Ugas.
Of course, Joy and George needed helpers, and one of those was Johnny Baxendale, George's godson. He helped return the Born Free lions to the wild, but used to come back out to their favorite haunts for regular visits.
You never felt in danger at all?
Never.
No?
They were relaxed, there was no tension, there was no issues. We knew very well that, you know, they would walk up to us and greet us in the most amazing way.
The pair used to sit under this tamarind tree with warm beers. It doesn't take long for the memories to come flooding back.
Just being with him and being able to work with him and see how he absolutely handled his lions and how relaxed he was. And he had this amazing rapport with his environment. He was totally in harmony with his environment.
Born free, and life is worth living.
So with the 50th anniversary of the film coming up and all the publicity it sort of gets, it's going to have a surge in tourism for the area. Do you think that's a good thing?
I think that's an incredible thing. And anything to first of all try and revive the legacy and legend of the Adamsons and Born Free, and particularly from Meru Park, I think it would help tremendously with tourism. People would suddenly pick up, and I think the anniversary is a wonderful way to relive this and get people out here to come and see for themselves where it happened and what happened. And this is the Born Free country. This is where it all happened. This is where else it was found, and this is where else it died.
Well, that's pretty much it from Kenya. Coming up next week.
Going to the chapel and we're gonna get married.
Carmen will be in Japan, heading for the city of Kyoto, where a travel company is offering women their very own special day by playing the bride at a wedding where nobody else is invited, not even the groom.
Wow, you look like a princess. How do you feel?
I'm so happy. My dreams come true.
Try to catch that if you can, and don't forget, if you want to follow us on all of our travels wherever we are in the world in real time, sign on to one of our social media feeds. All the details should be on your screens now. But for me, Henry Golding, and the rest of the Travel Show team here in Kenya, it's goodbye.